It's like I've got drag SPN or something. Hi, ugly. It's me, Pussy. And welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be covering some drama about winners, but not the all winners that were cast on the new all winners season, although it kind of does concern them adjacently. We've got Trixie, Bob, and Bianca all releasing statements and interviews about their thoughts on the new season and why they aren't on it. A little bit of shade between them. We'll also be looking at some tweets from Miss Kerri Colby, recent graduate of season 14, that is speaking out against her management company. Allegedly, it seems. We've got tons to cover today, so let's go ahead and get started. In my All-Star 7 cast announcement video, we did discuss a set of tweets exchanged between Bianca, Shay, and Trinity, which were mostly in good humor, where Bianca seemed to suggest that she was too busy to compete on All-Star 7, and that's why she wasn't there. But we've also got a brand new interview from her about this that she did with Digital Spy that was released on April 25th. The interviewer asks Bianca, "Did you get the call for the all-winner season that was just announced?" And Bianca says, "I did, yeah, and wasn't interested. It just didn't make any sense to me. The format wasn't what I wanted. It just didn't suit my life, and it was one of those things, as I said before, Drag Race was an amazing thing, and it was an amazing opportunity for me. And I often use the phrase, would you go back to high school?" Had the format been a little different and had the situation been a little more interesting to me, I would have said yes, but at this point in my life, also know this. I would never not work to go film a television show. I'm not a stupid bitch. I would never cancel dates or cancel a tour to go filming. So there was just a lot of factors that didn't seem to play out for me. And it is worth noting, I think this article is mostly just press for her comedy tour. It spends like 90% of the time just kind of interviewing Bianca and discussing everything about it. She goes on in this interview to say though that she had suggestions for a new format of an all-winner season, which apparently fell on deaf ears, seemingly suggesting that if the format were different, it wouldn't feel tarnishing to her reputation, which I can totally understand because it's a big ask to bring all winners back to RuPaul's Drag Race. We've seen it happen with All Stars Queens where they did really well in their original season or maybe were fan favorites, but ended up going home super early due to one little slip, and they wasted a bunch of money on outfits and costume and didn't get a lot out of the season. She also said, going back, why am I gonna spend $70,000 on costumes to have Carson Kressley tell me what he thinks? Oh, please, Mary. Regarding her season, she says, we had design challenges, we had to make stuff, and now everybody is sponsored and bought and trying to outdo one another before they even get there. But it's the same format, so it didn't seem like anything I wanted to do. I heard them out, she says. I'm good. So to sum all that up, she basically said, I'm too busy, booked, and blessed to be bothered. However, I can totally understand her perspective of not wanting to risk tarnishing your reputation, while at the same time canceling a money-making tour and spending a huge chunk of money on outfits. Remember, she did tweet at Trinity in those little Twitter exchanges, enjoy bankruptcy. I will say though, Bianca's pretty smart cookie for using these press opportunities to promote her tour. And we've also got some new statements from Trixie Mattel about all winners that were apparently given to Pink News on April 23rd. In the article, I quote, "Truly, there is nothing that Trixie Mattel can't do, but Mattel tells Pink News that she sometimes runs out of days in the week with how busy she is. As such, she didn't have time to join the cast of All-Star 7, which will see the, quote, Queen of Queens rise to the top of the competition, despite getting a, quote, generous, lovely invite to join the show." Quote, quote, quote. I'm quoting. Huh. The article later goes on to say, Mattel describes how she is, quote, very close to World of Wonder and, quote, heard things coming down the pipeline about the new season. She says, the opportunity was definitely available to me to appear on the show, but she knew that she was soon going on tour and working on her new reality series, Trixie Mattel. Again, are we seeing a theme here? These queens are taking the opportunities that they should be taking to promote their other very successful endeavors through the lens of, this is why I'm not on All-Star 7. When I left, I said, can you promise me that you'll invite me back for winners? And they, World of Wonder, said, yeah, we'll invite you back. This sounds like the Lady Gaga Beyonce telephone video. Am I wrong? I feel like Trixie is just like pulling someone's leg out here. That's literally a quote from that music video. Except to quote Beyonce correctly, she says, you promise we'll never come back? And Gaga says, I promise. Trixie here is saying though that she will be back someday, maybe, question mark. I doubt it. Trixie, though, is a little bit of a different situation from Bianca because she didn't win her original season and her All-Stars 3 season. I'm not saying that she needs to redeem anything. She won the damn thing. But in the eyes of certain fans, I think that her win there and overall performance on the competition could use a little redeeming. That's just a theory. A Drag Race theory. But I do think it's funny that Trixie basically said she didn't go to All-Star 7 because she was too busy, yet later threw shade at another contestant for saying that they were too busy to go to All-Star 7. Here's what she and Katya said in an episode of a live recording of Bald and the Beautiful at the Moon Tower Comedy Festival, available as a published podcast episode.
Eden showed me this funny tweet. So Bianca Del Rio tweeted, I was busy with the nail paint emoji, and Shea Coulee was like, no, you weren't.
It's one thing to not compete. It's another thing to insinuate that you're not competing because everyone else needs the gig and you don't.
Yeah, you're too good. Mary, you were fucking making a turban in Palm Springs. Shut the fuck up.
A beautiful turban.
A
flawless turban.
Lovely, flawlessly constructed turban, darling.
Bianca, by the way, apparently has a residence in Palm Springs that she spends a lot of time at during lockdown. I pulled this quote from The Advocate in an article published in the past couple of years. During the lockdown, Del Rio has also done a thorough spring cleaning of her Palm Springs, California residence, where in addition to combing her wigs, she found, quote, quite a few dead bodies in my closet. Why Palm Springs, by the way? It's the only place I could move where I actually look young. Again, please don't take this as some like crazy fight or feud or drama, and I hate that I have to preface so much of what I say to this fan base that these things are mostly just like jokes between friends and peers, but like it's jokes. Comedy queens throwing shade, telling jokes. I could not believe it. Mimi I'm First was third in the voting. I could not believe it. And finally, let's close out the All-Star 7 section of this video with Bob the Drag Queen. On the day of the announcement, Bob actually tweeted out, "Imagine my surprise," referring of course to Monet's casting on the season. And Bob later elaborated on why she wasn't in All-Star 7 in her episode with Monet, reviewing the All-Star 7 looks on their podcast. She said, "I want everyone to know that I was not busy. I literally just did not get a call. They did not reach out to me. So I want everyone to know I was free as a bird with its tail in the breeze. I was hoping Monet get ready." Actually, like, obviously Bob knew that Monet was cast in All-Star 7. Is she actually like bitter about this? It's kind of hard to tell with Bob's joking tone. Who knows? And after she said this in her podcast episode, all these news sites ended up picking up her quote, and Bob even tweeted out, "I did not expect this to be news." It is interesting though, hearing that Trixie and Bianca both allegedly got invites, right? And Bob didn't. It makes me wonder who else they were calling that ultimately turned this opportunity down, but I would speculate here that the franchise probably didn't want to cast too many powerhouses in the same season, or they at least didn't want to cast Monet with two storylines because she's already got Trinity the Tuck All-Stars 4 twin winning storyline, and that is going to be a bloodbath in and of itself, I'm sure. Casting Bob in the same season? Oh my god, I would have loved to have seen it. Trust me, I think we all would have. Like, that would have been a storyline to watch. But I guess they just wanted to like save an invite for Bob for later, considering they can only do an all-winner season every couple of years, I'm guessing, right? Who knows when we'll see the next one. It would make sense if they wanted to kind of like spread out some of the talent. Maybe we'll get Bob for the pit stop though, which I would personally love to see her review Monet on this All-Star season. And regarding Miss Kerri Colby, her situation is a little more mysterious, but she's been talking about it on Twitter. On April 25th, Kornbread tweeted out, "I wake up every day thankful. I'm practically representing myself and my best interest for my career. Feels good to know I'm not being cheated. Anywho, make sure y'all monitor your money and save purse emoji, purse emoji, purse emoji." And we have various times over the course of season 14 looked at Kornbread's relationship with management. It was early reported when the season was announced by Miss Kornbread that she was actually not a part of the same management group that was managing the entire rest of the season 14 cast. The details of how she negotiated a different type of relationship are unimportant, but it is worth noting in the season 14 participant agreement that I read now on my channel a year and some change ago, that contestants who signed the agreement as written agreed to be represented by the management provided by the production company. Again, based on my limited understanding of the law. Kerri quote tweeted Miss Kornbread saying, "Wish I could relate. One fan did write, 'We're gonna get you out of there, girl,' and she wrote immediately in all caps." And she had tweeted out earlier that morning, "It's a new day in the worker, ... Oh my effing god, I'm glad that's over." And I'm unsure if these two tweets are actually related. She could have just been making a comment about how long the season was. I don't know. And actually, in what seems to be a happy ending to the Kerri management situation, she tweeted out today on the 27th, for any bookings or business inquiries, please reach out to Jackie at fiercelyouentertainment.com. Thank you, with prayer hand emojis. But then it did get a little more interesting because Detox actually replied to that tweet writing freedom. Kornbread wrote stop. She also wrote period underneath the tweet. And a fan wrote, oh my gosh, did you escape? And Kerri put a prayer hands emoji there. Girl, maybe one day we'll get the tell all from these queens, but today we just have some roundabout speak concerning the situation, and that's totally fine. Y'all know where to book Miss Kerri and the other girls, and thank you for your time. As always, though, I want to say thanks so much to you for watching today's video and give an extra special thanks to my patrons who make my channel possible. I also want to give an extra special shout out to Adrian Burwinkle, Angel Cyrus, Daniel Drummond, Dark-Sided Otter, David Webb, Dicky, Felicia, Frankie, Hector Simancas, JB, Jeffrey, Joseph, Josh Marchant, JP in Dallas, Laura, Lisette, Lewis Labrador, Ruff, Mark James, Matthew Burns, Matthew Bauer, Maxie LaWow, Michelle Yorbell, Miss F, Neely, Ryan Beats, Sailor, Steven Topher, Triton, and Wheelie, who are all supporting me at my Bussy Queen Collector tier. See y'all later. Love ya. Bye.